start? When did people start giving Nick Fuentes airtime? When did people start inviting him onto podcasts and interviews and whatever the fuck? Like, what is this fucking grifting for attention, like, at all costs? Inviting literal neo-Nazis to speak. You just want attention, and you don't care how damaging it is. You don't care that it's promoting Nazism, fascism, racism, sexism, homophobia, all the rest. What is going on in this world, on this online world, this incredibly online world, where everyone's just doing anything they can to get attention, to get views, to get income, basically. Income out of stirring up hatred, income out of drama, and income produced by just... I don't even know what words to use. And I think we are living in such a dangerous time where it has become acceptable for a Nazi to speak their opinion, and people will respect that as freedom of speech. Like, yeah, give the Nazi a platform. Oh, he deserves to be heard as well. His views are equally valid, apparently. I can't stand this stupid idea of extending tolerance and acceptance to Nazis, people who want you dead. Like, do people not realize what a Nazi is, what a fascist is? Neo-Nazis, neo-fascists, they want you dead. And if you're inviting them to come and speak, you're basically inviting them to promote your destruction. They want to torture you, they want to lock you up, they want to gas you, they want to destroy you, they want to exterminate you and everyone that doesn't fit their very narrow definition of acceptability. This should frighten you. This should raise alarm bells. This should make you realise these fucking people are not to be tolerated. They don't get freedom of speech, actually. Fuck their freedom of speech. Fuck their entire opinion. They don't deserve to have an opinion. They're fucking evil. And I feel like I'm going completely crazy trying to remind people, like, do you not remember? Do you not remember what they have done in numerous countries, numerous points in history? Do you not remember what that resulted in? Have you really fucking forgotten already? Oh my God. Where is the awareness? What are people... where are people getting their information from? Why are people not interested in learning more about history of what fascism is, what it really is? So many people don't even know what the fuck fascism is. I'm serious. So many people literally have no idea what that word means. They think it means people marching around in uniform and waving the literal Nazi flag. I mean, sometimes they don't even believe that it's necessarily the Nazi flag. Sometimes they believe that anybody who they call authoritarian is a fascist. They think the fascism is when the government is really strict, and the fascism is when the government has like really strict laws about what you can and cannot do. That's what they think it means. And I'm sorry, but you're stupid, because Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. No, you're not necessarily stupid. You're just not that well informed, and it would help if you could read a little bit more about what it means, what it actually means. Yeah, I could make a whole video about the meaning of fascism, couldn't I? To help. That would definitely help, wouldn't it? And I'm literally speaking just straight off the top of my head right now. I haven't prepared a whole thing of how to explain this stuff. I have written about it several times on my Instagram. So if you want to check out my little Instagram, I know not everybody's into Instagram, not everybody likes Instagram. I mean, that's fair enough. There's a lot of videos on YouTube, actually, a lot of really good videos on YouTube that explain in depth. And I do have a little playlist on here. So if you go to my channel, you'll find a playlist called Politica, and it's literally just, it's not just talking about fascism. There's a lot of stuff in there. Just basically anytime that I find a video that I think is really important for people to watch, I add it to this playlist. So you'll find quite a lot of videos in there if you are curious to find that kind of thing. There was one video by a creator, what was his name? But oh my god, he made such a good video. There's actually quite a few. Tom Nicholas, I don't know if you watch Tom Nicholas, but he has made some really good videos. He's worth checking out. That's just a name I remember because I've literally just been watching his video on YouTube just like 2 minutes ago. But fascism, the way that I would very briefly kind of summarize, is the concept of blood and soil. That phrase that really does kind of summarize the whole concept, blood and soil. You know, what do you think that means, blood and soil? It means that your idea of nationalism is that there must be a connection between the land that you're on and your bloodline, your ancestry, your DNA. So when you have a concept of nationhood that is based on your genetics, your DNA, your biological description, and that you can prove that you have like a historic connection to the land that goes back generations, that fascism is it's a big thing to describe. But this is the basis of it, that you create a strong country, a strong nation, when everyone in that country is of that same identity, right? That's basically what fascism is, if I'm trying to like break it down. And this is why fascists want to eradicate people who are not the same as them. And they believe that for a country to work, for it to function, I mean, they think that what they're doing is good. Fascists, like, don't get me wrong, they're evil motherfuckers, but in their twisted logic, they think that what they're doing is good. They think that they're helping improve society, okay, by eradicating the non-desirables from that society. They think that they're improving it. So eugenics comes into play very early on with this ideology, that they want to create a country of biologically superior people. You know, if you are born with a disability or neurodivergence or even gender identity, sexuality, whatever, anything that doesn't fit their mold of what they view as ideal, then you are basically rejected from that society. So we've seen this historically, so this isn't just like a concept that's up in the air. It's based in facts. It's based in what has actually happened historically, that they will kill people. They will kill people because they are not desirable, because they think, what's the point? What's the point in you existing? They don't recognize your right to exist. They don't recognize your value as a human being, because to a fascist, the only value is in the genetically superior, stronger people. So if you are born with certain qualities that they favor, then that gives you the right to exist. And if you don't fit their mold of the national identity, so they will base the national identity around things like culture, religion, your physical appearance, the way that you live your life, your values, all of these things come into play. And that's why for a lot of fascists, Christianity is a really big deal, because they view their identity as connected to being Christian and being a particular type of Christian. And so for them, everyone has to be the same religion, and everyone has to have the same ideas, the same beliefs, because in their worldview, a country can only function if everyone agrees and if everyone is the same. And if you don't agree, and if you're not the same, if you want to follow a different religion, if you want to have a different kind of lifestyle, then you are rejected, you're out. And I feel like that is a pretty good summary of what fascism is. There's a lot more that I could say on this topic, but I don't want to sit here and ramble on without having prepared something more thought out. So I hope you understand what I'm saying. But I think that the fascists right now are really working hard. They're really working hard to promote their ideology, and we can see it happening all across the world in so many different countries. I will focus mainly on speaking about England, because that's where I live, purely for that reason. It's what's happening near me. It's what's going to be on my radar most of all. Okay, so we know that in England, religiosity has been declining pretty steadily for a long time. Most people, the majority of people in England, are not particularly interested in religion. They might have a vague idea. Okay, we celebrate Christmas, and that's probably as far as it goes for them. Celebrating Christmas, maybe Easter, maybe a few little bits and bobs, but that's about as far as religious behavior goes for them. And I think the fascists are scared. They're really fucking scared. They're terrified of Islam. They're 100% terrified of Islam, because they recognize that Muslims have a very strong religious identity. They tend to have a very strong religious tradition. They uphold their practices and their beliefs compared to Christians, especially in this country. I know a lot of Muslims, and not everyone is as religious as each other, so of course it varies a lot. But there are some Muslims that I know who will literally go to mosque several times a day to do their prayers, and I'm used to them just being oh, I'm gonna be back in 10 minutes, I'm just gonna pop to the mosque, do my prayers, come back, and I'm okay, cool. For me, that's not a threat. For me, that's not scary. For me, that's just I respect that you enjoy practicing your religion and that it gives you some, I don't know, stability in life, like feeling like a sense of security and peace, and it gives you mental clarity, and you get your sense of spirituality from that. Like, I fully respect that people have a desire for spirituality and for religion, and that if they find some way that they can get that, then good for them. And I know that paganism has been increasing slowly over the years, actually, especially in the southwest where I live. A lot of people are into this kind of broad genre of paganism, witchcraft, and nature-based spirituality, which I love this. I love the fact that it is growing and growing steadily while Christianity is declining. But I know that this is really scary for the fascists, because the fascists are kind of thinking to themselves, okay, how do we build this concept of nationhood? Like, a lot of them believe in the idea of a Christian nationalism. And so they want to promote the idea that this is a Christian country. And you'll always hear that from them. They repeat this phrase. And they go out marching, protesting and doing demonstrations, carrying great big crosses. I don't know if I've seen this literally with my own eyes. Here in Dorset, I've seen it with my own eyes. They carry great big wooden crosses. It reminds me of the KKK, It reminds me of like the worst kind of Christians. Like, how can they even call themselves Christians? I don't know, because these are the same people who are throwing Nazi salutes into the air, and they're people like God, what's his name? I forgot his name now. The guy that is leading UKIP. Believe it or not, UKIP is still going. The UK Independence Party, that was originally led by Nigel Farage. Nigel Farage has since moved on to Reform UK, and he's left Nick Tenconi, that's his name. He's left UKIP in the hands of Nick Tenconi, who is just an incredible prick. Not like, just I don't know, you've probably never even heard of him. Because his profile is not that fucking well known, despite the fact that he tries so hard to get attention for himself. People don't really pay him that much attention because he's just a fucking idiot. He's a twat. And what can I say? He's come to Dorset on occasions. He does like this kind of tour around the country. He tries to visit like every town where he thinks his ideas are going to be accepted and promoted. And the main problem in Dorset has been in Bournemouth. He seems to think that he can gather a following in Bournemouth, and there are maybe could be like 100 people in Bournemouth that like him and like this whole idea of Christian nationalism, because I've seen, I mean, Bournemouth is a big town verging on being a city. Dorset is an incredibly rural county. Like, we don't have, like, officially we don't have a city, so to speak. Like, the set I don't need to go into great detail about what Dorset is and how it is here, but it's just like a rural coastal county. It's mostly farmland and beautiful beaches, and you get in areas like this that are like vastly majority white people, not that many immigrants. You get a lot of people that have these views based on fear of outsiders, fear of immigrants, fear of foreigners, fear of even the tourists. Oh no, not the tourists, the grockles. Fear of people that are different, because they've just not come across it that often, and they're just fucking ignorant people. They're fucking ignorant. And unfortunately there are some people in Bournemouth who are like that. There are some ignorant people in Bournemouth who don't even fucking know what racism means. They don't even fucking know, and they think that white people are being discriminated against and victimized. They think that white people are under threat of a Muslim invasion. They have this whole conspiracy theory called the Great Replacement, and they sincerely believe that there is a conspiracy to replace white people with brown people. They're terrified that England is going to become Muslim. They really believe this, and it scares them. And they sincerely believe that what they're doing is the right thing. Bless them. God bless these poor ignorant souls. But they believe that they are defending their country from Muslim invaders, and it's like the fucking Crusades in their mind. They dress up like crusaders. They literally dress up like crusaders because they want to imagine themselves in the Crusades fighting against Muslims. Christians versus Muslims. That's their whole perspective. And they are otherwise like very politically illiterate. Like, they do not understand the way that the world works. And I don't want to like make out like they're all fucking idiots, but I'm sure like they have potential to learn and to understand what is going on around them, but they've been living in such a state of fear and instability and uncertainty and struggle that their brains are just like so adapted to a life of struggle, of constantly fighting against poverty. I think this is like something like biologically that happens to your brain when you're under stress, when you're constantly on the verge of poverty. I think the constant stress of money problems really makes you stupid. I think it makes you stupid. And I'm not going to say like that I'm not stupid. Like, I'm a fucking dumbass as well, to be honest, which always makes me laugh because I'm like, this is fucking miraculous. How am I, a stupid person such as myself, capable of understanding what fascism is and what racism is? If I can do it, surely everyone else can do it. Come on, people, let's get together and help each other, please. All I want is like the best for my community, the best for society, and I want to live in a community where people feel safe and they don't feel threatened by each other, and they're not scared to just fucking exist as a person, being different to everybody else. I don't want a world where people are scared to be different. That is terrifying. That is truly terrifying. The idea that you're scared of dressing differently, you're scared of speaking differently, you're scared of liking different types of music, you're scared of belonging to a different religion, you're scared of having parents that come from a different country, you're scared that you can speak a different language, you're scared of standing out. How fucking terrifying is that world that you are constantly fearful that you are going to be picked out of a crowd and that you're going to be bullied and harassed for standing out? I don't want to live in that world that people are living in fear of standing out and being different. I want to live in a world where everyone feels free to express themselves creatively. I want a world full of diversity. I think that's more interesting. I think that's more enjoyable. I like it. I like it when people are different and quirky and unique. I think it's fantastic. I think it's fun. And I think a world where everybody's the same is fucking boring. I would go insane with boredom if everybody was the fucking same. And this is why I'm fucking anti-fascist. This is why I consider myself an anti-fascist, anti-fascist, anti-fa. And if you are like me and you think fascism sucks and it sounds like fucking misery, then please join me in a movement against fascism. And it's not just about rejecting fascism, it's also about building up our own worldview, our ideal world, building up an idea of what we want to see for the world. We want to see a beautiful world of diversity and creativity and fun and expression and peace and living in cooperation and compassion and all these things. Like I don't see why not. Why the fuck not? Why can't we have that? Why can't we promote that? It's a beautiful idea of the ideal society, one where everyone can have fun and express themselves. That's, yeah, I mean, is that so much to ask for? Is that so much to ask for, really? We all need to be dreaming big about a world where everyone has what they need. Everyone has access to food and shelter. Nobody is worried and under stress about money. Nobody is stressed about money all the time. Let's put our thoughts and energy into like manifesting this better world. Like, if you believe in magic, if you believe in the power of your thoughts and your words and your actions, then you should know that protest has power, that a fucking placard has power, that has a magical power in it. So go along to that demonstration against fascism, against racism. Go along, because that is a powerful ritual, a magical ritual. And get involved with your local community, like things that can make your local community better. Like, put your energy into making the world a better place. There's so many practical things that you can do near you. Like, look near you. Don't be so fucking chronically online. Look at your local community and figure out, you know, you don't have to have it all figured out. I'm not saying, I'm not a fucking genius. I don't have it all figured out. But I look around me and I think, what little tiny things can we do to make this better for everyone, so that everyone feels safe and secure, you know, and that everyone is able to access what they need to survive. Not just survive, but thrive with culture, with art, with music, with fun, with festivals. Like, that's what I want. Is that so much to ask for? No, I don't think so. Especially if we all are on the same page with this and we're all striving towards that goal. Like, we can do this. We are doing this. We are doing this together. We are making progress and making the world a better place, okay? And there's no fucking place for fascism. Yeah, let's celebrate diversity, but no fucking fascists. I'm sorry, but they're not invited, because they are doing everything they can to destroy our vision of peace and love. Like, yeah, Do I need to keep reiterating this point? I hope not. I hope you understand what I'm saying, and I hope you comment in the comment section and engage with this video and share it to your friends if they might be entertained by my rambling nonsense. They might enjoy my voice, and excuse the fact that I'm like sniffly but it's winter and it's cold and there's a lot of germs around, okay? So I'm sorry. Have a very beautiful winter solstice, and you'll hear from me again soon. Goodbye.